be the part of this national level paper presentation contest on cybersexual violence and understanding, organized by the Anti Sexual Harassment Cell and Cyber Club of Ansa Women's College, Perumalao. Today, I would like to do a presentation on forms of cybersexual violence, issues, and instances. Now, let's move on. Internet for the public was officially began in the year 1983. Ever since that, it has evolved at a fast pace. The origin and its current state cannot be compared. Specifically, Kerala is one of the leading users of the internet post-pandemic. As many as 87 of every 100 individuals in Kerala have an internet connection, according to the statistics from TRI. Thus, is against the national average of 60 out of 100. Contrast with the general case in rural areas, internet penetration is highest in Kerala, while in most other states, the number of internet connections rises in urban areas. Similar to the two sides of a coin, the internet also has a face which is exposed to the dark corner. Cybercrime, a crime that involves a computer or a computer network, has been increasing at a faster rate. Regardless of where you are from, it is now rare to find a country which is cybercrime free. Many of these nations have proposed and adopted anti cybercrime policies and laws in order to fight this growing issue. More and more criminals are exploiting the speed, convenience, and anonymity of the internet to commit a diverse range of criminal activities that know no borders, either physical or virtual. In a nutshell, cyber criminals' motivations are wide ranging and it depends on the crime being looked at. For instance, all cyber crimes linked with ransomware, phishing, online financial crimes, online fraud, password cracking, etc., are mainly motivated by the financial gain. But for some of them, motivation can be due to pranks, activism, cyber theft, etc. Cybercrimes against the person, such as cyber stalking, cyberbullying, revenge pornography, are likely to be motivated by hatred, desire to inflict pain, and to harm either known or unknown individuals, groups, or community. Lastly, for image-related crimes, it could be motivated by a desire to control, to intimidate, sexual gratification, social status building. Psychiatric illness and entertainment motive can also cause a person commit such crimes. Less stringent IT laws and anonymity of the perpetrator has added up the degree of such crimes. Today, let's focus on cyber sexual violences. Given the novelty of the digital era, there is as yet no formal definition for cyber sexual violence. But extending our definition of offline sexual violence to the cyber world, cyber sexual assault may be described as the use of digital tools, in particular social media and communication technologies, for unwarranted sexual comments and advances and solicitation of sexual favors. Now, moving on to different forms of cyber sexual violences, cyber stalking. This crime involves the use of internet to harass someone, especially women. It also includes false allegations, intimidation, cyberbullying, etc. Cyber harassment. Cyber harassment is defined as repeated, unsolicited, hostile behavior by a person through cyberspace with the intent to terrify, intimidate, humiliate, threaten, harass, or stalk someone. Honey trapping. Honeypot or trap involves making contact with an individual who has information or resources required by a group or individual. The trapper will then seek to entice the target into a false relationship in which they can glean information or influence over the target. Online hate speech or trolling. Cyber trolling is a deliberate act of making ransom or controversial comments on various internet forums with the intent to provoke an emotional response from the readers to engage them in a fight or argument, which may be just for amusement or other specific gains. Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is an act of sending, posting, or sharing negative, harmful, false, or defaming content regarding others. Sharing personal or private information which could cause embarrassment or humiliation to others too falls under the ambit of cyberbullying. Sharing the content that requires privacy without the consent of the owner. Image-based sexual abuse or revenge pornography describes the act of sharing images or videos of an individual that is sexually explicit without that person's consent. Sharing images or videos that have been photoshopped or otherwise altered in any way may also be considered image-based sexual abuse. Hacking or identity theft is the act of using others' personal identity information such as name, identification number, or credit card number without their permission to commit fraud. Texting is sending, receiving, or forwarding sexually explicit messages, photographs, or videos via internet. Porno- Pornography, the depiction of erotic behavior intended to cause sexual excitement. Cyber body shaming, use of abusive terms, and threatening. So these are some forms of cyber sexual violences which are common nowadays. As a result of cybersexual violence, the victims may be subject to being pressured to send sexual photos or videos, having photos, videos shared without permission, receiving unwanted, unsolicited sexual photos or messages, unwanted sexual solicitation. In many instances, the impact on victims that experience online abuse or harassment is major, such as lower esteem or loss of self confidence as a result of stress, anxiety, or panic attacks after experiencing online abuse or harassment. Cyber violence affects women disproportionately, not only causing them psychological harm and suffering, but also constraining them from digital participation in political, social, and cultural life. The government of India has a strong legal base to combat cyber sexual violences. Apart from the legal enforcement, improved digital literacy and security, improved content moderation and response in collaboration with the technological companies, increased survivor centric resources and support, developing a survivor centered approach to legal resource can help combat the issue. So here are some most common examples of cyber crimes: misusing someone's online data, including photos and posts, getting into contact with someone's family or friends and disclosing their personal photos and information, social messaging and communication apps like WhatsApp, etc., like misusing such apps. So here are some instances of cyber sexual violences that happened recently. Our primary aim should be to be safe and keep the Kerala police cyber drone is always at our help, and the complaints regarding all sorts of also should be put forward to Aparajita. With this, I would like to conclude my presentation. Hope you all enjoyed it. Once again, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Over